Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. We'll be spending the next hour and a half together in this session called the Qi therapy. So the word therapy means that it's a set of exercise or methodology to reverse a disorder, or to put it in a positive spin is to set up methodology and exercise to enhance harmony within the physical existence, harmony within the spiritual existence, and harmony with the bridge between physicality and metaphysicality, which is what we call the life energy, the qi. So we're going to start working on the qi by making sure that we are enhancing the blood flow in our body. It's not just the blood, it's any kind of conductive fluid in the body. And we're going to start with the extremities. The extremities include the fingers and the toes, okay? So let's bring out our left hand and our right thumb, and we're going to massage in each one of those joints. But it's important to keep in mind that this is not just any exercise. This is actually an exercise of both the body and the mind. So as you massage the joint, going all the way around, I want you to focus on the body and particularly focus on the feeling of your body. Try to feel if there's any pain, numbness, heat, sweat, or pleasant feeling. But whatever feeling that you experience, just experience it, but don't judge it. Don't judge it, don't get attached to it, and just move from one joint to another. And now we're going to move to the right hand using the left thumb. Again, one joint at a time, all the way around. Focusing on the body, focusing particularly on the feeling as you massage your fingers. Turns out that this is a very, very important exercise. And recently I've been traveling. And when you're stuck on the plane for 12, 14, 15 hours, there's not a whole lot of opportunity for exercise. But it turns out massaging your fingers really enhances your circulation. It's a very appropriate exercise when you're in the limit of quarter. Now, I want you to work on your hands, continue to work on your hand, but this time we're going to have the palm facing up. Again, using your right thumb and work on the joints. Okay, I forgot where we start. We start this way or that the other way. It doesn't matter. Just continue. And if you work on one side already, then work on the other side. Okay. As I speak, I sometimes I forget. Okay. Now we're going to put the two hands together and just massage the center of the palm. And now we're going to put them on top of each other, and we're going to massage in between the fingers as well as the top part of your palm, particularly between the fingers, okay, between the bones, and just massage like this. And then turn it around and massage. Now we're going to put the fingers together, the palm, the center of the palm together as if this is the mudra, right? But then now as we're going to bring out the hands, feel the stress on your wrist and on your finger. And now we're going to tap on some important energy points. We're going to start with the tip of the fingers. So we're going to put the tip of the fingers together, so there are 10 energy points, and be sure that you keep the fingers straight so you're actually creating vibration. So we're going to do this 30 times, but keep in mind that you're going to focus on your hand. Focus on your tip of the fingers 30 times. Wake up and continue. Okay, now we're going to work on the bottom of the V. So we're going to put together the fingers like this. So there's actually 5 fingers on each hand, and then so there's 8 energy points. I'm going to work on that 30 times. Okay, now we're going to work on some energy points throughout the hand. We're going to start with these two, which have similar names, And so if you look at your thumb, it kind of have a shape of a drumstick. So I want to use the right thumb and just kind of press into that. Now you're going to get used to that feeling where when you press at the right place, it feels kind of tender, right? That's what you want. Now the thumb is the beginning of the energy line that we name after the lung. So this is, and lung is the mineral element. So this actually has a great deal to do with your immune system. Now, then we're going to go to the little finger. Again, there's sort of a drumstick kind of thing, shape. And so you take your right thumb and you press in here. Again, look for that feeling where there's a little bit of pain, a little bit of tenderness. Okay. And now we're going to work on the other side. And then now the little fingers is where the heart energy line is. Now the Chinese divide the heart into the mental side and the physical side. And so this actually would help you sleep, calm your mind. And now we're going to tap on these energy points. So we're going to put the little fingers together, palm facing up, form a V 30 times. Now we're going to put the thumb together, again forming the V, palm facing down 30 times. Okay, so we're going to continue to work on some energy points. So I talk about the energy line that we name after the lung, the energy line that we name after the heart. That's on the yin side. Yin means the absence of sun. And so on the yang side, yang means sun, the side that is influenced by the sun. Then corresponding to the lung is the large intestine, corresponding to the heart is the small intestines. So there's a very important energy point here called the emerging valley that actually is very good for pain relief. So there are two ways to find it. So I'm going to show you the one way, which is when you put your hands together like this, fingers like that, you notice that there's a bump right here. There's a bump right here. And that's where you want to press. So you take your right thumb and you press towards the index fingers. And you feel a little bit of pain. In fact, you can feel quite a bit of pain. And as it turns out, if you have a lot of pain in your shoulder, and this is a good energy point. So you're exchanging small amount of pain with a larger amount of pain. I find this energy point to be very, very useful when I have cramp, especially at night. You know, you're kind of tired, sleepy, and yet you have leg cramp. So you pushing on the side. So if you have leg cramp on the right, you push on the left. And then that relieves the pain, and then you can relax and go back to sleep. It's magical. I'm going to do it on the other side. Okay, again, putting your fingers together, you notice that there's a bump right here. So you take your thumb and you push down on that thumb towards the index finger. Okay, so that's the large intestine side. Now the small intestine side is interesting. So then you fold your hands like this. You see that there's a line right here. Then it's on the outside. You press on that. And same thing, press on that. Now we're going to put these two energy points together. And so the large intestine side with the small intestine side, 30 times. Now I'm going to do it the other way. Small intestine, large intestine. Now I hope that part of the side effect of being in this class is that you develop an interest in these 1,000-year-old Chinese philosophy towards qi and health and energy point. And you can do quite a bit of that on your own on YouTube or Wikipedia and kind of study that on your own and develop more interest. Okay. Now we're going to work on some more energy points as we move away from the fingertips. We're going to work on the wrists. The wrists turn out to be a very important area And so you fold your wrist, and it's very, very easy to find. So basically, the small fingers, the middle fingers, and the thumb come down, 3 energy points. Now, this one right here is actually very famous now on, I believe it's famous on Instagram or TikTok. I don't remember. But this is the energy point that is, again, for the heart. And people get very excited because this gives them a better night of sleep. Okay, so this is for the mind. And then right here in the middle, and is for the heart. And then right below the thumb is for the lung. Again, lung is mineral, so that's your immunity. Okay. Now the same thing on the other side, on this little one, the middle, and then right below the thumb. Now there's another energy point that I like to talk about. You take 3 fingers from the wrist, put the thumb in the middle, the rest of the fingers in the back, and you kind of squeeze that. Now this is very, very good for your heart, cardio. Okay, over here. And one last energy point, only because it's interesting. And it's also very good if you have a lot of coughing. Now, it's part of the lung energy line. So you take your left hand, you take your right hand, you cross, take the index finger on the right hand. Now, you keep the wrist straight, so don't bend it like this. Keep it straight. Use the index finger, reach over, touch on top of the bone. You use the right thumb, you put on top of the bone, and then you squeeze very gently, and notice that the bone cracks. It actually cracks open. Okay, now the other side. Cross, index finger, reach down, and then push. Okay, so here we introduce a lot of different methods to clear the blockage of these energy lines, these chi lines. And so of course the most famous one is acupuncture, where you do a needle. We don't do that here. That's the only thing we don't do. But the rest we do. We do massage, we do acupressure, we do tapping, and we do scraping. So here, take out your left hand, lock your elbow. Notice that at the elbow, there's some energy points. At the wrist, there's some energy points. You want to take the right hand, use the knuckle, and just scrape, starting with the middle. This has to do with the pericardium. Now move up a little bit, and it's just below the bone. This is the lung. Make sure you start at the wrist and end up with start with the elbow and end up with the wrist. Now you scrape on top of the bone, and you feel the bone, see if that's smooth. And when you start, usually it's not smooth. You feel like kinks, and that there's blockage of the chi. Now you rotate the hand just a lot slightly, so you're scraping on the other side of the bone, and then you scrape in the middle of the arm. This is actually a very important energy point called the triple warmer. And now you scrape on top of the palm, the bone, along the bone, and then the fingers, and then the thumb, back to the fingers, and the top of the palm. Lock the elbow, scrape the top, scrape the bone, scrape the inside, and if you like, you can even scrape the inside of that. Okay. Now, if you have carpal tunnel, this is a very good exercise. Carpal tunnel, frozen shoulder, a lot of the illness that we can identify are result of inflammation. Inflammation is a result of blockage of the qi. That's how the Chinese believe. Okay, slightly above, along the bottom of the bone, on top of the bone, and then in the middle. Make sure you do it from the wrist to the elbow, and then top of the palm, the fingers, and the thumb back to the palm. Okay. And when you do this, and you should try to do this during the day when you're watching TV or at night, and when you're resting, and try to do this. And when you get it into a habit, you notice that it actually create a lot of pain relief. And then the inside. Okay, so now we're going to continue working on the fingers, and we're going to do some finger work, right? So open your shoulder down. This is very important. Open your shoulder, and then relax your shoulder. So this one, these 2 energy points, but the gate to the cloud is facing forward. This is part of the lung energy line. At the same time, the top of the shoulder is There's another energy point here, and you want to relax it. So once again, open and then relax. Pointing the 10 fingers towards the camera, consider the 4 fingers as the springs, locking the springs down with your thumb, lock your elbow, wind up your springs, don't lock it with your thumb, and then get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back. Open the shoulder again. Remember how to do that now. Open the shoulder and then relax the shoulder. Taking your fingers, form what's called the lotus hand, the middle finger and the thumb. Put that on top of the gate to the cloud. Back of the hand facing the camera. Open the shoulder once again and then get ready. 1. Okay. Back of the hand facing the camera. Come back. 2. Focus on your body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so I mentioned different methodology: massage, acupressure, tapping, scraping, and now we're back to tapping again. So we're going to work on some important energy point on the upper torso, and when we're done, we move towards the lower part of the body. So we're going to work on the shoulder first. Now, you should understand that you consider your body as an instrument. You don't play the instrument, you play the music. So listen with your ear, form an empty hand, like you're drinking water. So this is part of your instrument. You're using acoustic. Okay. Now back again to the shoulder, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, taking the right hand, forming the empty hand, put the fingers on top, and then the center of the palm right here. This is the gate to the cloud. And you rotate your head slightly to the right. Listen with your left ear. Remember now, don't play the instrument, play the music. Get ready. Wake up. Continue. Okay, 30 times. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, rotate your head to the left. Bring up your left hand, form the empty hand, fingers on top. Get ready, wake up, continue. Okay, continue. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, taking the left hand, put the elbow on top of your head, and then pinch the top part of your right ear. Okay, this is the important energy point. Now make sure you're looking straight ahead. Okay, and then you take the right hand, forming the empty hand, put that on your armpit, rotate the head to the right slightly, listen with the left ear. Wake up, continue. And do it the other way. Sit up straight, left hand, empty hand, put it on your armpit. Continue. Wake up, continue. So one thing that I appreciate is the comments, the like, the donation, all that, and it made me feel good, right? Except I'm wondering how many of my students have 3 hands. If they're busy giving me like, busy writing comments, and busy giving me donation, they must be doing it with the third hand. So I'd rather you focus on your practice. Okay. And I appreciate the like, I appreciate everything, but focus on your practice. Open your shoulder, relax. One last energy point. It's actually a collection energy point. Put that arm on front, palm at the height of your eyebrow. Lock your elbow. Use your right hand, empty hand, fingers on top. Center the palm on the side. Now, you're covering three energy points corresponding to the lung, the pericardium, and and the heart. Okay, now make sure you put your hands way up high, and then use your right hand, wrap it around what is that called? Elbow. And then turn your head to the right. Listen with your left ear. Wake up. Continue. And then do it the other way. Lock your elbow. Left hand, right ear. Wake up. Continue. Okay. All right. So we finished with the top, the upper torso. Now we're going to continue on the lower part of the body. Continue to work on the extremities, except that we're going from the fingers to the toe, right? So many of you have been with me now for almost a year and a half, 2 years. I remember, maybe even three. I don't know. We started the beginning. We started this daily practice on Zoom at the beginning of the pandemic. That's definitely more than 3.5 years ago. So many of you probably start with me from there, and I'm sure, I'm sure that there's improvement in your health. Right? There's improvement in health. It's gradual, it's subtle, but there's definitely improvement. Yeah, I feel it. I do this every day. Okay, and so one of the things that you feel improvement on is perhaps when you walk up and down the stairs now, there's less huffing and puffing. You actually get more strength in walking. Perhaps your body doesn't feel as cold anymore, especially the hands and the feet. And perhaps you feel like you have more color in your face. You're not as pale. And and if you're a female, perhaps even your menstrual cycle has improved. Those are important improvement, and they all have to do with the fact that the life energy is passing through your body, okay, properly. So this is not like taking a pill. This takes a long time, okay, but it's something worth pursuing. All right, so now we're going to work on the lower part of the body. Continue the tapping, the acupressure, the massage, and all that. So we're going to work on the legs now. And again, we identify the outside, which is the side, the front, and the back. So these are the area, the sides of your leg that is exposed to the sun. So that's where the yang energy flows. The inside is where the yin energy flows. So the yin is the liver, the yang is the gallbladder. So we're going to work on the liver energy first. So start with the knee, identify 2 energy points, and we're going to use what's called the empty fist, meaning that we don't make a tight fist. We kind of make a loose fist, as if there's emptiness inside. Put the thumb on top, very loose, and 30 times. Okay, now we're going to move up, and keep in mind that we never pound on the bones. Okay, the bones have no energy points. The word energy points in Chinese actually means cave. It's it's as if you have an indentation. All right, and it's not on the muscle. It's not on the bones. Right, now get ready, go. Again, now we close the knee. We're going to work on the opposite side, the side that is facing the sun. That's the yang side of the liver, which is the gallbladder. Again, 2 energy points. Now turns out that these two would help reducing inflammation and would help reducing your chance of having a stroke. Okay, so get ready, 30 times. Now move up. Okay, now we're going to work on below the knee. There's 3 energy points below. Again, we're working on the outside right here. And again, energy points are not on the bone. So this one, you take your finger, you move until you feel the bone. It's just right there. Okay. And this is a very important energy point. If you go to acupuncturists, they always put a needle in here. This is improving your chi, your proper chi, your immunity. 30 times. Okay, and you notice that when I say gallbladder, I said the energy line that we name after the gallbladder. It's much more than just the organ itself. However, there is an energy point right here that is named after the gallbladder. So this one would help. Gallbladder is very important. It actually helps with digestions, help absorbing fat into your body. Okay. All right, now get ready. Center of is in the middle. Get ready, go. And then one last energy point. This one, the name is called hanging bell. So it's like you're ringing a bell. This one, if you have gout, that's inflammation. And this one will help because you can feel the tingling on your toes when you do this. Okay. Now this is the gallbladder, the energy line name of the gallbladder. The gallbladder and the liver is one pair. Then the other pair is the stomach and the splint. Okay, now this again, these are energy lines that we name after the organ. And turns out that the stomach and the splint are very important energy point. So we talk about these energy lines. They're actually named after the elements. The elements. So let me finish this. I'll talk about elements a little bit. But the point is that the stomach and the splint is the soil element. So imagine you're growing vegetable in your garden. How important is water? Very important. No water, you can't grow anything. How important is the soil? Soil is very important. No soil, no nothing, right? So what does the soil do? The soil is a transport mechanism and a transformation mechanism, right? It takes the nutrient and breaks it down. And that's what the stomach and the splint does. It's both a transport mechanism and a transformation mechanism. So we identified the stomach first, stomach energy point first. So again, the side is the gallbladder, the front is the stomach. So we're back to the knee, locate these 2 dimple, we measure with 4 fingers, and then we identify the bone. It's just right outside the bone, okay? Not all the way to here, just right outside the bone, so it's still facing forward. Now, this one is actually very important. It's called the, it has a nickname called the Emperor's energy point. So I'll explain that in a minute. So let's go 30 times. Okay, it's named after the emperor because when the emperor has this heavy meal, the doctor will come and put a needle in here. Okay, now we're going to measure another 4 fingers, go down, locate the bone right outside the bone, still facing forward. Okay, continue. Again, keep in mind that we're not hitting the bone, we're just outside the bone, okay? Now we're done with the stomach, and there's the third energy line pair, which is the kidney and the and the bladder. And there's one energy point that is very important as part of the bladder energy line. Again, it's facing the sun, okay? Now, if you lift up your heel, you can use your thumb to feel the calf, and it's right at the bottom of the calf. Now, I want you to use your right thumb and just press in with that. You feel soreness. Now, this actually turned out to be a very important point. I talked about the study that they continue to do at UCSF, University of California, San Francisco, where they have a dementia research center, and they find that the deterioration of the calf is both a precursor and a result of dementia. And I know that for a fact as I watch my father suffer through dementia. Okay, and also this is an energy point that is good for your blood pressure. So you want to massage that, press and then massage. Same thing on the other side. Lift up your heel. Use your left thumb. Feel the calf at the very bottom of your calf. Just push in with your thumb. Yeah, the spot is very tender. Tender means it's talking to you. The body is talking. I'm glad that you're listening. And then massage. Okay, and we're going to tap it 30 times using. Okay, the other side. Okay, so if you find that this energy point is tender, and you want to work on that, because dementia is not something you want to bargain with, okay? So there's one way to do that. Because sometimes it's hard to reach down, it's hard to use that much strength. You put the left calf, the bottom of the calf, on top of your right knee, and you just can massage that like this, okay? Massage it like this. Then you do the same thing on the other side. Put the bottom of the calf on top of the left knee, and you just massage like this. It hurts. I know. It's so much harder than taking a pill, huh? All right. So now we're ready to massage the toes, okay? We're ready to massage the toes. Now you take your left foot. Let me work on the focus a bit. Okay, good. Now you take your left foot and you locate your 5 toes. You massage the part that touches the ground one at a time, okay? You're think of yourself as your body whisperer. You're whispering to your body, talking to your body, listening to your body, giving your body the loving kindness that is so deserved. Now you want to come back and work on that area, the arch area. Again, massage. Really giving a nice massage. Now, I'm sure you feel that your feet are a little cold right now, and that's because your circulation is bad. You don't have enough oxygen to really fully circulate your body. So your body prioritize and give it to your internals where the body thinks that you need it the most, and it ignores the rest of the body. And that's why your feet are cold. Now, we're going to massage the inside. One finger at a time. I mean, one toe at a time. And now we're going to come back. And it turns out that the big toe is the most important one. So you open that and you feel the bottom of the knee. You use your right thumb. You massage this energy point. You check to see if there's any. Sometimes you feel like there's a piece of something solid inside the skin. So that's your body telling you that it needs work, and maybe a little bit of tenderness. This one actually again is good for dementia and blood pressure, high blood pressure. All right, so now we're going to work on the ball. And the way to do that is you identify the bottom of the ball area. You use your thumb, put some pressure on that, and then you use the rest of the finger to massage. And then you use the thumb and apply some pressure. Now this one depends on the person, can also be very tender. And this is the gushing spring, okay? Gushing spring. So there was a study, and it finds that it's a study, it's a survey, more of a study, and it's really trying to correlate people who have were tested positive for COVID and whether or not they need to stay in the hospital and whether or not they survive. And what they find is that actually the third world country people survive much better than the first world. There are two reasons for that. One is because the third world people continue to do exercise into the old age, continue to tend to tend to the farm and so forth. So this energy point is always touching the ground, allowing the earth energy to travel through the body, creating a free flow of chi. Whereas the first world people, they put their feet up to watch TV. The second thing that they find, second reason, is because the third world people, they spend more time outdoor, and so the back is always facing the sun. And so when we're done with this, we're going to do some stretching. We're going to work on the back, because working on the back is similar to having the back facing the sun, creating positive energy. Okay. Now, oh, I just skipped this. So we work on the ball, the heel, and now we're going to work on the arch. Arch is very important. Arch is where both the splint energy lines flow and the kidney energy flow. So both the water and the soil. The water is the creator of life, and the soil is the cradle of life, right? Both are important. So this turns out that the arch is a very important part of your body. And when you have deficiency on the splint energy line, two things happen. One is that your feet are going to be very swollen, okay? So that's why when people go on a diet, they lose weight quickly, because what they're doing is they're losing water. And what retains the water is the blockage of the lymph node. And the lymph node is part of the splint energy line. It's very bad for you. Okay, very, very bad. Okay, now we're going to massage some energy points. And so we locate the high point, the bone, right below the bone, a very important energy point. So if you look at your feet, if you look at your feet and you press down on it and you let go and it doesn't come back right away, you got a problem, okay? And so you better start working on massaging these energy points. So this is the first one right below the peak, right below and then move over a little bit. There's another energy point. This one is very, very important for reducing or for improving the circulation of water in your body. Okay, it's not just water; it's also the electrolytes. So when you have cramp all the time, it's the same reason. Your circulation of the water and the electrolyte is blocked. And so, okay, now these two are good. Now we locate the angle, and then eventually we're drawing a line between the angle and the gushing spring where it crosses the arch is the energy. So we're moving from the splint now to the kidney. So this is a good one. Then in the back of the angle, there's another one. Okay. So if you have cramps all the time, or if you have swollen feet all the time, 3 energy points. This one, it's the second one, not the first one, the second one. And then the other one is when you measure 4 fingers from the angle, and then it's on the below the bone. Okay, so this is called the 3 yin mid. This is the very important one. So if I have to pick 3, that would be the second. And then right here, where we were doing before, that would be the third. Okay. Okay, now scrape. Angle, knee, bone, below the bone. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Okay, so now we're going to work on the top side of the feet. A lot of work, right? And so identify the 5 toes in between the toes. Massage. Okay, Now, the toe is always the important one. So we open up the toes, feel the inside before the two bones merge together. Press down. This is an important energy point for the liver. Liver has to do with anger, anxiety. So if you have a problem falling asleep, or you sleep and then you wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that's what we call liver fire massage. Back to the bottom of the feet, bend back the toes. You notice that there's a tendon in here. You massage that. This is called the longevity tendon. Okay, and now one last exercise before we move to the right. And so again, we identify the gushing spring. That's the center of the bottom of your feet. That's water. We identify the center of your palm. That's part of the heart energy line. That's fire. So we put that together by bending the toes back and forming an empty hand. And this is called mixing the water and fire. Get ready, 30 times. Continue. And massage. Okay. And quickly move on to the right. Again, let me work on the autofocus. And very quickly, not too much commentary, so we can just move quickly. And then the arch area, the inside. And then open. And then bottom of the V, press down with the thumb, massage a little bit. And then now to the ball area, but leaving the thumb in the gushing spring, the bottom of your ball. And then just massage. And then press down with your thumb. 1, 2, 3. And then back, massage the heel. And then massage the arch. And then start working on the energy line points. Okay, or locate the bone right below the bone. Press in. A little bit further down. Press in. And then the center of the calf. Press in. Back of the heel. Back of the ankle. Press in. 4 fingers from the heel. Press in. Between the heel and the knee. Scrape. And really, look and see how your feet react to you. And if it's full of swelling water, then you really want to work on this, okay? And then the top of the feet. Back. And then this one energy point, press down with your thumb. It really hurts, really hurts. And then rotate, bend back the toe, massage the tendon, and then clapping the center, matching the center of your palm with the center of your feet, mixing the water and fire. Get ready. Continue. Okay. All right. So now we're done with the remedies and we're ready for some meditation. And before we do the meditation, we're going to do some stretching, especially stretching the back. Remember, I talked about how the study shows that people in the third world recover better because they have better chi, and part of the reason they have better chi is they do more manual labor, continue to exercise, and then the back is facing the sun all the time. So we don't face the sun that much, and so one of the way to do that is to exercise the back. Now I'm going to talk about the cramp. Just 1 minute. I have that. My mother had that. Runs in the family. We have cramp all the time. So what I find is that stay away from alcohol. Okay, alcohol dries you up, and then and which is a hard thing to do. Okay, I like my wine, but just the moderate amount. Don't overdo it. Okay, now the other thing is pay attention to the water you drink. Okay, now very often we have water filter in the house, and the water filter, the most common one is called the osmosis. Osmosis takes out all the mineral in the water. Okay, osmosis take out all the mineral in the water. It's actually very bad for your bones. So if you have a choice, don't use the osmosis water filter. And if you have a choice of drinking between filtered water and mineral water is much better for the cramp, not the filtered water. So if I have a bad case of cramp, it hurts so badly. This is before I discovered this point. I will run to the faucet and I just drink it out of the faucet. Just drink it out of the faucet because it has full mineral. The other thing that helps is um, cramp is basically the electrolyte. The problem with the electrolyte. Now, of course, then you can buy some sport drink, except it's a sport drink have too much sugar and all that other crap. Now, to restore the electrolyte, take salt. So you can use some good salt, not the one that comes with the blue can. Those are bad stuff. Get some Himalaya pink salt and just drink it. Okay? But there's something else that is faster than the salt, which is the opposite of what you think. A piece of candy. Just break up half a piece of candy. Take the candy. The body is crazy. It has this crazy thing. When it takes candy, it creates its own salt. How do I know that? This is what we do when we climb the mountains, when we do hiking up in the Himalayas, up in the Mount Fuji. Like that's what we do. We carry this salt candy, and you just take candy. The body reacts to the sugar, and it actually creates salt, and it actually is good for cramp. So that's what I know. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do some stretching, especially the back, because we want this yang energy to rise in the back, right? So modern people, we don't have enough yang energy because we're not in the sun anymore, and so this is very good. So before we do that, though, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're basically going to work from the front of the upper torso to the back of the upper torso, and so now I want you to sit up straight, stretch your body towards the ceiling, lean back slightly, and then relax. Open your shoulder, and then relax. Now make sure that your heads are not looking down. Okay, lift up your chin, lift up. And now I want you to put the fingers together, lock it together, and put that right below the belly button. So it's a very important energy point here. And as we breathe, we want to bring it up to this energy point. This one is important because this is when you're inside the womb of your mother. The nutrient comes from the umbilical cord, but the energy comes here. This is important because this is where the yang energy meets with the yin energy. Okay, and the tongue is actually the beginning of your innards. I don't know if you ever seen cattle being slaughtered. I grew up in Macau, not too far from a place where they slaughter the cattle. And they would slaughter the cattle, and then they would take out the inside of the cattle, and they would just hold on to the tongue. Hold on to the tongue. The rest would follow. The tongue is a very important part. Okay, so we will work on the tongue in a bit, but the point is that we put the tongue behind here. Okay, because this is where the yang meets the yin. Okay, all right. So now open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. 10 fingers locking. Take a deep breath, following the center of your palm. Breathe in. Turn your palm, breathe out. Lock your elbow, look straight ahead, unlock your fingers. Imagine you're climbing on top of the mountain using as much strength as you can, stretching the upper arm. And back, completely relax. Breathe in. Lift up your body as you breathe in. Breathe out. Looking straight ahead, unlock your fingers and climb the mountain. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look straight ahead. Climb the mountain. And relax back, locking the fingers again. Palm facing up, palm facing down. Stretch, lock your elbow, eyes forward, bring up your palm, following the center of your palm. Lock your elbow, bring it all the way up to the top of the head. Lean back slightly so you're forming a straight line between the bottom of your spine, the top of your head, and the center of your palm. And you push towards the ceiling. Then you lean back, hold it, come back in the middle, and you push. Then you lean to the left, you come back to the middle, then you push. You lean to the right, you come back to the middle, and you push. You go back to the left, you come back in the center, push one last time, lean to the right, come back in the middle, and then following the center of your palm, and then relax. Now we're going to need to learn how to return the body to the restorative mode. We were in the energetic mode, in the fight or flight. It's important now that we return to the rest and digest by focusing on our breath. I know I'm breathing in. I can feel my in-breath. I know I'm breathing out. Okay? Always cycle between the yin and the yang. Now, open your shoulder. Relax your shoulder. Taking your right hand, putting the palm on your left shoulder. Lean back. The forehead to the top of the head is facing the sky. Take your left hand, grab the right shoulder, sit up straight, stretch to the left. And then back, changing hands, and then stretch to the right. And back to the restorative, one breath at a time. Restoring your sensitivity to the stress hormone, the cortisol, which is a steroid. It's the one that God gave you to reduce your inflammation. And now open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, left palm facing up, right hand between the fingers in the palm, bring down the hand, push out your elbow, lock your elbow, eyes forward, bring up your hand, push it up using your elbow, bring it all the way through the stress on your wrist and your finger, bring it up to eye level, sit up straight, looking straight ahead, don't turn your body, just take your left hand, locking your elbow, and bring it all the way to the right. And come back, and then relax. Right hand, bring it down, elbow forward, eyes straight, looking straight ahead, elbow up, locking your elbow without turning your body, bringing your right hand to the left, locking your elbow, bring it back, and then relax back to the restorative. One breath at a time. Now, the next one is actually very important. It's working on what's called the triple warmer. So you open your body, open your shoulder, and you relax your shoulder. You're taking the right hand, palm facing up, forming a 90 degree on the wrist. You take the left hand, palm facing down, again 90 degree. You open your shoulder. Now imagine the sky has fallen on your right palm. You want to push up the sky. Lock your elbow, hold it. Now imagine the earth has popped up into your left palm. You push down the earth, lock your elbow. Then you take your right arm, you lean back the right arm, you rotate your head to the left until you reach your shoulder. You turn your eyes as if you're looking at the back. Then you bring back your eyes, you bring back your head, and then you very slowly relax. Turn the other way, open the shoulder, push up the sky, lock your elbow, push down the earth, lock your elbow, left hand back, head to the right, eyes looking at the back, Eyes come back, head come back, and then very slowly, completely relax, focusing on your breathing. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Now we move towards the back. The next two is called stretching the dragon's back. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Entire upper torso lean forward, entire upper torso lean back. But this time I want you to hold the hip in place as you lean back the upper torso, putting stress in these 2 points, which correspond to the adrenal gland. Now you take your hand, you lock it together, palm facing up. Rotate the hand so palm facing down. Gently stretch until you lock your elbow. Focus on top of the head. Push the top of the head up and then push the hand down. One up, one down. Stretch the spine. And then relax. Now focus on your forehead. Lean back. So you're looking at the ceiling and then bring up your hand at the same time. And then relax. Check your breathing. Make sure you're not huffing and puffing. Slow down your breath. Focusing on your breathing. Know that I'm breathing in. Know that I'm breathing out. Now open your shoulder. Sit up straight. Right palm touching your spine. Don't look down. Look up. Top of the head facing the sky. Focus on your right shoulder. Stretch to bring up your right shoulder. And then relax. Left hand. Again, looking straight ahead. Stretch to bring up your left shoulder. And then relax back to the restorative, focusing on your breathing. Check your breath. Make sure you don't huff and puff. You can even monitor your own heartbeat. Just slow it down. Slow it down. Now open your shoulder, relax. Right hand, the back of the palm facing, touching the bottom of your spine. Focus on the right shoulder. Stretch your right shoulder down. And then relax. Take the left hand, do the same thing. Stretch the left shoulder down. Now take the 2 hands, fingers touching. Back, looking straight ahead, top of the head facing the sky. Focus on both shoulders. Right shoulder up, left shoulder down. Hold it, and then relax. Now do the other way. Looking straight ahead, left shoulder up, right shoulder down, and then relax once again, back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, push out your hip, lean back up your torso, put your palms together. This is called the reverse Buddha. Center the palm touching, fingers touching. Rotate so the fingers are pointing up. Bring up your palm. Make sure that the center, try to maintain that the center palm are touching. Now I want you to push out your palm and then lean back your shoulder. One forward, one backward. I want you to focus on your breathing. And relax. Back to the breathing. Now we're ready to sit for 7 minutes. You said, oh, that much work for sitting for 7 minutes. Yeah. It's the quality, it's not the quantity. Okay, so we really want to focus in these 7 minutes. Okay, now we do this by working on the body first. Working on the body first. And so make sure that you divide your body into 7 parts. The feet has to be nice and firm, as if this is the pedestal for the bell. You sit like a bell. The hands have to relax. Now you stretch your spine as if you're taking the hair on top of your head, and you bring it all the way to the ceiling, as if you're hanging your spine onto the ceiling, as if you're hanging the center of your bell onto the ceiling. Stretch, then lean back, and then relax. Okay, I want you to see my side. So everyone who are members, we sit like this. or even we straight up straight, we sit slightly tilt forward. So stretch, lean back as if you're going to fall over, and then relax. Okay, now we're perfectly straight. This is called the one pillar supporting the sky. Open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. Lean back the forehead to the top of the head, so the head is on top of your spine, as if you're balancing a bowling ball on a bamboo stick. But notice that the top of the head, which is called the 100 meat, this is where all the yang energy come together, is facing backward. So you want to take your chin and tuck in your chin so that the top of the head is on top of your entire central nerve system. Now you want to relax your forehead, relax your eyebrow, relax your eyelids so you can see through your eyelashes. You can see the floor, you can see your knee, you can see your hand. Don't open it, just relax, okay? And now you want to take the tip of the tongue and put that right below the energy point that I talk about, which is called the center of being. Or you just put it between, right where the teeth and the top of your mouth meets. Just put your tip of the tongue there. Don't use any force. Close your mouth, relax your jaw. You can feel the wetness inside your mouth. You're self-hydrating. Why? Because you're in rest and digest. When you're fight or flight, it turns off your saliva gland. When you are in rest and digest, it turns it back on. It's important it turns it back on because it's the beginning of your immunity and the beginning of your digestion. Now, one last thing, I want you to bring that smile, bring that sense of gratitude and that sense of forgiveness to your face. Maintain that smile. We're ready now. I want you to now focus on your breath. Start with knowing and work towards anchoring. Knowing means knowing. I know I'm breathing in, I can feel. I know I'm breathing out, I can feel it. Okay, now go from knowing to anchoring. Anchor your mind on your belly button. We're going to do this in steps. The first step is simple. When you know that you're breathing in, use your mind as if you're taking your belly button and take it all the way across the room. When you know that you're breathing out, using your mind as if you're taking your belly button and you take it all the way to the back of the spine. You do that, and then gently this body would follow. As you breathe in, your stomach will open, following your mind, belly button forward. As you breathe out, your stomach will collapse, following your mind, collapsing this belly button to the back. That's all I want you to do is focusing on your belly button and follow the rhythm of your own breathing. Breathe in, forward, open the stomach. Breathe out, backward, collapse the stomach. Now, every once in a while, I want you to correct your posture. So when you breathe in, open the stomach, I want you to stretch the spine. When you breathe out, collapsing the stomach, I want you to lean back. I'm going to do this for 7 minutes. Anchoring your mind on your belly button, doing what we call the abdominal breathing. I will talk about the benefit of that in a minute. Okay, slowly open your eyes. So when you go to the doctor and you go into the office and you're waiting for the doctor to show up, the nurse will come in and she would measure your height, weight, subtract a few pounds, depending how much jewelry you wear. And then you wait for the doctor. And the doctor, when he comes in, he would measure your blood pressure. And he would either say nothing, or he would say, "Oh, I need to give you some medicine." Why? Because your blood pressure is too high. You know, doctors are never good in math. They only know how to add. They don't know how to subtract. They only know how to give you more medicine, not less. So many of you know my father passed away 2 years ago. I spent the last 5 years, more or less taking care of him as he was suffering through dementia. That puts a lot of stress on my mother. And so when I take her to the doctor says, "Oh, you have high blood pressure." But I'm already taking high blood pressure medicine. "Oh, so you need more." So the doctor give her more. Well, my father has passed away 2 years, and she's meditating with me every day. She doesn't need that much medicine, but the doctor never subtract. They're part of the sales channel for the pharmaceutical industry. So blood pressure is very bad. Blood pressure is a very, very bad symptom because it comes from two things: that you don't have enough circulations in your body, your heart and the lungs are not working, and you don't get enough oxygen into your head. And so the heart and the lung are working overtime to compensate. The other reason is that you actually have what is called autonomous disorder. You're stuck on the fight or flight. You're constantly creating stress hormone, exciting the body. Therefore, you have high blood pressure. And one of the problem with autonomous disorder is that you develop what is called cortisol resistance. You're no longer sensitive to cortisol as a anti-inflammatory agent. So your body creates all kinds of inflammation, resulting in dementia, diabetes, stroke, you name it. So high blood pressure is very bad. Taking high blood pressure medicine is even worse. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take it. I'm just saying that you need to work on the source. Now, it turns out that this meditation technique, abdominal breathing, does exactly the thing to reduce high blood pressure because it improves the lung capacity by increasing the volume of air that you breathe in and breathe out by working on the diaphragm. It also puts you in a stress-free mode. Now, I don't insist every time, but if you can remember, you push out your hip and you lean back your upper torso, putting stress on the adrenal gland, preventing the release of stress hormone. You maintain the posture so that you're reducing the reliance on the muscle, using only the skeleton. You're putting the tip of the tongue right behind, so you're energizing the stomach gland. All that puts you in the rest and digest. Right? So the sitting is a 1,000-year-old exercise coming from North Indian, perfected or continued by the Chinese. It's a very important part of the Taoist practice, meditating on the stomach. Okay, now another exercise that is very good for reducing your high blood pressure because it improves your lung heart capacity, but also puts you in the rest and digest mode, is this breathing exercise that we do. Okay. And so we're going to first work on the knee, loosening up the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to work on the heel. Right heel first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we're ready. It's a set of breathing exercise in the spirit of the yoga practice. But the important part is that it's a body and mind exercise. That's what yoga means, body and mind. So we focus on the center of a palm, bring it up. 1, bring it in. 2, bring it down, lower your knee. 3, raising back up. 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, we breathe in. 2, we relax. 3, we breathe out using your nose. Okay, close your mouth. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Now, make sure you're focusing on the center of your palm. You're not thinking, okay? You're just feeling your body. Breathe out. This is a meditation. Breathe in. What I call meditation in motion. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to change forms. Stand up straight. Breathe in. Crossing your hand. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Bring it back in. Breathe out. Stand up straight. Breathe in. Open. Breathe out. Back. Breathe in. And breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Open. Breathe out. Back. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Now focus on the center of your palm as you stand up. And now focus on the center of the bottom of your feet. Firmly on the ground. Move the focus to your knee. Loosening up your knee. So you're using the calf and the thigh. Open your shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Lean back the forehead. Tuck in the chin. Relax the forehead. Relax your eyelid so you can actually see the floor. Leave the tip of the tongue at the roof of your mouth. And now I want you to focus entirely on your breath. One breath at a time. I'm going to stand. This is standing meditation for 1 minute. One breath at a time. If your mind drifts away, bring it back. One breath at a time. Okay, open your eyes. Now focus on the bottom of your feet. 1 step, 2 step. We're moving to the second form called balloon breathing. Right foot forward, lean back so you're looking at the ceiling. The toes are pointing up. Bring up your hand. Focus on the center of your palm. Lean forward as you're looking at the floor, and the heel is up on the right foot. You embrace, then you open again, looking straight up ahead. As you embrace, leaning forward, you breathe in. As you open up yourself to the world, you breathe out. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Very gently, following the center of your palm. Breathe in. Feeling your body, feeling the air as you slice through the air with your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Completely relax. Completely focus on your body. Completely focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, stay focused on the center of your palm. Bring down your hand. Now, focus on the bottom of your feet. One step, two step. Check your body. Relax your knee. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyelid. Focus on your breath. We're going to do another minute of standing meditation. One breath at a time. And now we do the other side. Left foot forward, lean back, looking at the ceiling. Bring up your hand, embrace, breathe in. Welcoming the world, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Following the center of your palm. Breathe in, breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower your hand. Adjust your posture. Focus on your breath. Another minute. And now we do the third form, which is called butterfly. So you can adjust your feet slightly as you need. And I want you to continue to follow your center, your palm, bring it up. And then bring it down, lower your knee, bring it back up, raise your heel, follow the center of your palm until you get to the top of the head, the back of the hand are touching. As you come down, you breathe in with your nose. As you go up, you breathe out, focusing only on the center of your palm. Breathe in. You go straight up and down. Don't lean forward. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, one last time. Follow your hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now stay focused on the center of your palm. Come down together. Adjust your posture. Focusing on your breath. One breath at a time. If mind drift away, bring it back. Okay, now we're doing the last one. We're only going to do 4. And the last one is called pushing hand. Now, this one is very important that you rest your brain, you rest your intellect, you let the rest of the intelligence system takes over. Okay, so you only feel, you don't think. You feel your body as if you're bringing the water wheel. You focus on your hand as you come down. You focus on your hand as you come up. You look straight ahead. You push. Very simple, but very difficult to do. Bring it in, down, up, and push. Now, you notice that I'm actually using all parts of my body. Because when we remember, we're walking on a 4. The wrist is the same as the heel. The elbow is the same as the knee. The shoulder is the same as the hip. So we actually using all 6, creating a harmony between the wrist and the heel, and the elbow and the knee, and the shoulder and the wrist, the waist. Bring it in, the hip, sorry, and then bring it back out. Okay, now we're ready to coordinate with the breathing. As you bring in, breathe in. Now, when you come down, nothing. Focus. Feel it, and then breathe out. Feel the body. Feel the air that you're breathing in. Feel the air that is coming through, running through your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Don't try to beat your body into submission. Let your body flow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wax on. Wax off. Very, very free. Very, very relaxed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, the eyes are following the center of your hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And follow the center of your palm. Now focus on the bottom of your feet. Adjust the body. Relax. Stay focused on the breath. Going to continue on the left side. And we're going to do it silently. Breathe in. One last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Back. One last minute, the very last minute of a standing meditation. Open your eyes. We're going to walk back to our seats. As we do that, I want you to focus on the bottom of your feet, one step, two step at it. And then as you approach your sitting mat, I want you to feel your sitting mat with the center of your palm. As you sit down, I want you to feel your weight and your body touching the pillow. I want you to maintain this posture. And we're 5 minutes over time, so we're going to do a metta meditation, loving kindness. I want you to sit up straight, open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. I want you to feel your own breathing, calm yourself with your breath. I want you to focus on your eyelid. See the light in the distance. Identify that light with the positive energy of the universe. Take refuge of the light. Be very grateful for your body, your health. Grateful that we spent the last hour and a half together. People of like mind who not only concerned with the health and the body, but concerned with the possibility there's more to our existence than our physicality. That perhaps there's something of benefit in living in harmony with ourselves and with the universe. Be very grateful for the air that we breathed in for the last hour and a half, the oxygen that is provided by the trees, and all the animals that support the forest. And be very grateful for the fact that they're doing the same thing to recycle our out-breath and making it into oxygen again. Be very grateful for our family, our friends, our neighbors. Grateful for the first line responders, the society that we live in. even though it has many flaws. I want you to work from gratitude towards acceptance and forgiveness, starting with yourself. There's so many things that we wish we could do better. But it's not because we did anything wrong. It's just that we didn't have all the tools available to us. So we didn't do enough. I'm forever disappointed with myself on how I take care of my father. Not because I did anything wrong, but I wish I had a chance to do better. So I need to learn to forgive myself, accept my own flaws. I'm willing to accept the flaws of others, especially those that I feel that have done wrong to me. I'm willing to forgive them. I'm willing to share my positive energy with them. I'm willing to share the positive energy with all the beings of the world, all the ones that are suffering right now because of the natural disasters. The flood in New York City, the earthquake, the war, all the man-made disasters around the globe. I know I'm responsible for that as well. Consuming too much meat, cutting down too many trees. I know I can do better. But I'm willing to share my positive energy with them today. I'm willing to wish that all of them can be relieved of anxiety, animosity, and negative energy. I'm willing to wish that all of them can be relieved of physical suffering, that all of them can be relieved of mental suffering, that all of them can be blessed with peace, health, and loving kindness. Let's put our hands together. I'm going to chant with you, focusing on the light. Take refuge of the positive energy in front of you. Namaste. May my light and your light meet somewhere, sometime. And until we see each other again, may you and your family be blessed with peace, with health, with happiness, and with loving kindness. See you all next week. Ok, ngồi đi xin nghỉ nhật kỳ hả? Ok, bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.